I had a lab practical for Anatomy and Physiology 2, one of the classes I'm taking. And I was doing a lot of last-minute cramming for the practical. I did well, though. I got an A on it overall.
Nice.
So the cramming worked for once.
Okay.
But
It rarely does.
It rarely does, exactly. But I was in the computer lab that day at Tunxus because I forgot my laptop at home, and I needed my laptop, and I just forgot it. And I was so mad at myself. I was like, thank God they have a free computer lab here. And I'm sitting in the computer lab, and a couple hours go by. Like, I have no problem. I have, like, just background music playing while I'm studying. I'm tuning out some of the people talking in the computer lab. And this woman comes in. And the computer lab is practically empty. There's probably 6 computers being used out of, I'd say there's 35 computers in there. A lot of space, couple rows.
Yeah.
It's practically empty, and this woman, she walks up and sits one computer away from me. Not directly next to me. She gave me that one person space and sat there. And I was like, okay, whatever. There's this entire row, but you got to sit this close to me.
That's like when you're in like a public bathroom and you're pissing in a urinal.
Yeah,
and like
right
all the urinals, some guy goes right next to you, and it's like, dude,
come on.
I think they're looking for a peep.
Really?
Anyways.
A little insecure. So that's not even the worst part. Like, I could handle somebody sitting next to me. Like, fine, okay. I can handle you like making noise while you're doing your work, whatever. I got my own music in. I'm not really listening. This girl, probably like 20 minutes into working, I just hear her go, back to work. Dude, and she did it like 3 or 4 times.
That's obnoxious.
She just kept letting out the loudest, like, yawns ever.
Did you look at her?
I was like, I couldn't believe my eyeballs, man. This woman is just so close to me and has the nerve, because I have 40 things out in front of me. I am working diligently.
Right.
And she comes over. She clearly doesn't want to do her work because she's just...
Dude, holy shit.
It was terrible. So what did I do? I pulled out my sandwich in my bag.
I would have smacked.
I smacked her with it.
Not smacked her. I would have been like,
I did just that.
Good.
I made so much noise unraveling the tinfoil, and I was just chomping on the sandwich, and I was looking at her a little bit. I was like...
Imagine she looks at you, she goes, can you be quiet, please?
Dude, what would you have done?
If she said that to me, I would have been like, no.
I do not want another single pop culture reference out of you for the rest of the trip. You understand?
I'm trying to say that something is coming.
Welcome to On Tap. I am Jason, here with Tate, Andrew, and Louie the Goldfish.
Louie! What a guy.
Hanging in there.
He's excited. He just doesn't show it much.
How are we doing, folks?
We're doing good. Merry Christmas, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we pretty much treat these podcasts like it's Christmas.
It's always a good time.
Happy recording day.
Happy recording day.
Something to look forward to a little bit.
It breaks up the week nicely,
It really does.
and it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Just geeking out, having a couple brews, and talking with the home fries.
That's right. Hey, you guys want to check us out on social media? Here's how you do it. We're on Twitter at OnTapOfficial. YouTube now as well. Type in OnTap Podcast. By the way, we'd appreciate it if you subscribed on YouTube. We do post the entire episodes online in full, the video version, so check that out. We're also on Instagram, Official OnTap Podcast, Facebook at Official OnTap Podcast, and you can hear us on SoundCloud and on Spotify. Soon to be, hopefully, I'm really hoping iTunes podcasts, but we're still waiting on them. So it's a long review process apparently. After we got rejected the first time for some stupid reason.
Apparently we're evil.
Bureaucrats.
Yeah,
We're
probably.
just bad people here.
And if you want to find me, my personal page on Twitter, you can do so by searching Jason on Tap. And you guys go ahead and plug your shows, and then we'll get started. We have a great show.
I'm on Twitter, TateVeely04. Help out my follow ratio. It's looking poor.
What do you follow a lot of people?
Not really. It's more of a startup project.
I intentionally, I'm very, very hesitant to follow people on Twitter because of that very reason.
Just a no follow back.
Yeah.
How scary it is. It's like,
I've never felt compelled to follow people back, honestly.
Yeah.
Like,
If you don't care about their shit, then don't.
yeah.
That's the whole point.
The thing is, what it really is all about is I just want to have more followers than I have people following.
Right.
You know?
I don't,
It's all about the ratio.
Yeah, I just started it. It's all right. I get some news from there. I don't give a damn.
A few retweets,
Yeah.
you know?
I rarely tweet, but
Get to see Tom Holland's great tweet about
Right.
returning to the MCU.
I retweet
Did you
news
see
and
his
pop
Instagram
culture.
post?
No.
Do you know? Have you seen Wolf of Wall Street?
Yes.
Have you seen the scene where? Yeah. Have you seen the scene where he's about to announce his retirement and then doesn't? He's
I'm
like,
not leaving.
he's like, I'm not leaving.
Fucking leaving.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm not fucking leaving. Oh, he posted on Twitter too?
I thought he only posted it on Twitter.
No, it was on Instagram. As
Oh,
well.
really?
Yeah,
I
that's
got
where I
like
saw
3 million likes on
It was
on
beautiful.
Instagram.
Dude, how perfect the response was that?
It was.
I'm not fucking leaving!
Nope.
Everyone goes wild.
The show goes on!
I love that.
I love it.
I
He
love
had to
him.
be hyped when he heard that news, huh?
He probably
No
got
doubt.
a call from Feige, and they probably had a couple Macanudos.
Probably. How
Well-
old is Tom Holland, by the way?
Not 21.
I was going to say, he's not 21.
He's got to be. I got you.
Well, while Tate's looking that up, follow me on Twitter,
23.
ATF796.
He's older than me by a year.
Andrew Furgetta, that's me.
23. You might want to say that.
He's
I think I talked
23?
over you. Yeah, 23.
Oh, shit. I thought he was younger.
ATF796, that's the Twitter. Help a boy out.
We're all talking over each other. Let's take it easy.
I think we should make Louis an account. Louis the Goldfish.
Louis on tap.
Watch him get, like, more followers than all of
We
us.
could use, like, the fisheye, like, lens or whatever it is.
Louis on tap water.
Yeah.
Water on tap.
I don't know where in the hell my notebook went, but anyway, the show lineup. We have a great show tonight, folks. We want to talk a lot about Spider-Man back in the MCU. Big news. Tom Holland has returned to Marvel. I predicted it. I thought it was going to happen. I'm really, really happy about that news. So we'll get into that a little bit. Then we want to talk a little bit about Joker, the movie. Some early reaction reviews coming out in different publications. I know Tate's chomping at the bit to talk about that. We'll get into that too. There's also been a lot of backlash against Joker. Much of it unfair, in my opinion, about how,
silly.
it's going to incite violence or some bullshit like that. We'll get into that. And then finally, Stranger Things 4 apparently has some kind of new teaser out that Tate told me about not long before we went on the air. We'll get into that. And then finally, the release radar at the end of the show. Let's jump into Spider-Man, folks. Big news. Let me ask you this. Were you surprised?
Yes.
Were you really?
At how soon it happened? Absolutely.
Did you think that...
I'm pretty sure in episode 1 I said it wouldn't happen until after phase 4. And now he's in the middle of phase 4.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it shocked me with how quickly he came back and how, like, from August until we found out whatever day in September, like last Friday, whatever it may have been, when we dropped our 4th episode, I think that's when the news might have dropped, actually, is, it was like a 3-week, 4-week span.
Yeah. It
of
was
him
quick.
being out, and that was it.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe that was it.
I know.
I expected months on months, maybe a year. I don't even know.
But you did think that eventually he was going to come back.
Yeah, absolutely.
You never thought that he was out.
I don't think Marvel could have, I don't think the MCU would have been the same without him after everything they just planted for him. And then Sony, I don't think they could do it as well without Marvel.
Yeah.
And I'm glad whatever they agreed or figured out and came to the conclusion of, it happened.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Were you surprised?
Yeah, I was. Fuck the CEO from Sony, by the way.
Shots fired.
Well,
Holy
it was
shit.
like, 2 weeks ago or something like that, maybe 3 max.
yeah.
When he was like, the door is closed on Spider-Man
yeah.
coming back into the MCU. And now here he is, Suka la Mink.
And then Joe Russo comes over and goes, "This is a tragedy for everybody, and this is a mistake by Marvel."
I still don't think he's going to be Spidey. I still don't think he's going to be in Phase 4, though. I don't think he's going to be
Spider-Man?
in any of the movies.
He's in Phase 4.
Yeah, he is.
In what?
His own
He's
movie.
Spider-Man 3.
Spider-Man 3 is in Phase 4?
Yep.
Yeah.
They're fitting that in now?
Yes.
Yep.
With all the movies and the TV shows?
Yep.
It's a great lineup, let me tell you.
You sound upset by this.
No,
I tell you, this is probably the best news ever.
No, I just didn't know.
Look up the exact release date. It's 2021. I think it's
July.
It's July, right?
I think it's either July or May.
It's definitely not May. I think it's July.
Maybe it's June.
It could be June.
6 or 7. Which month is it?
Probably look this up.
I think it's the
before we
21st.
start.
I think that's the day it comes out.
I think it just says 2021.
Nah.
Was there an
No, there-
official release date?
Yeah. I think it's June 21. No, that's
June,
definitely
huh?
not it. I'm saying June. But
I'm looking
Phase 4 is absolutely stacked now.
It's phenomenal.
Just stacked, dude. I'm so stoked.
It's silly.
Do we find anything yet? What should we make bets? Should we like a friendly wager here?
Yeah.
Get something going?
Frick you both. The last time I did this, I lost.
What month are we saying? Any
June.
predictions?
I'll say June.
I think it's July, but
If Strange is coming out in
cannot
May,
remember.
Pretty sure it's June.
if Strange, you got Strange and then Spidey right after. Mamma mia!
Forget about it.
Yeah, come on. I'm probably still more excited for Strange though.
Yeah.
To be honest,
I'm a Spidey guy. As you
I know I am too, but Strange. Just I got such a.
It's gonna be a great movie.
It's gonna be phenomenal.
Yeah.
So much stuff they could do. So much horror.
Oh yeah. So so you were surprised, as you were saying?
Yeah, I was surprised that it happened this quick. I'm in the same boat. It was inevitable, in my opinion, that he was going to come back, I think. But I don't know how they did it. It's almost mind-blowing, the fact that they came together this quickly to make it happen. But kudos to them. I guess they all came to their senses. I don't know who came to their senses first. Right. But he's back in it, and that's what matters. And thank you from the fans to them, because they would have taken a hit.
Right. It did happen very, very quick. There's, a lot of the times these kind of deals happen over the course of, months upon months. And for it to happen in just a span of a few weeks, it really is amazing. I personally think that a lot of it was to do with the fans. I think that there was such a push to get Spider-Man back in the MCU.
It was just such a bad idea.
I think that people were pissed off that Spider-Man was taken out of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I think that Disney finally came to their senses, and Sony, and they just said, you know what, we're going to lose a significant portion of our fan base, or at least upset them a lot. And I think it really came down to just pleasing the fans. I don't know what you guys think.
It probably played a factor, but at the end of the day, I think
I can't find it.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's 2021.
It definitely is that year.
It's 2021. I just don't know when. Bugging me out.
I wonder why that's so hard to find.
I don't know. I literally saw it on Instagram a couple days ago, and I can't find it on the account I use.
It is what it
all
is.
the accounts I follow.
Drop it in the comments. What was the question? What did I ask?
I don't fucking know. I don't.
Well, I was looking up the shit.
We're a little confused and slow tonight.
Oh man, we couldn't be happier about Spider-Man. It's tough to keep track of things when he's involved.
But
it really has been a long week. Jesus.
But so then that leaves the door wide open for villains for Spidey 3.
Yeah.
For a Spider-Man 3 solo movie. Oh man, dude, I think the first scene he's gonna come swinging in that frame. People are gonna be hooting and hollering. Popcorn's going to be thrown in the back row.
No doubt, dude.
It's going to
be
doubt.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be great.
Special, that's for sure.
What do we think about villains for Spider-Man 3?
Kraven.
What's your hopeful?
Kraven. Yeah,
Kraven?
100%.
I think Kraven's the most likely. If they want to set up Sinister Six, like I think they're trying to do, they'll probably throw in more than one villain.
Probably.
Because who was in Sinister Six was...
It varies. It
does vary.
It's always in and out. But like who we have now?
Yeah.
We have.
All right. Let's say this. What do you think the MCU Sinister Six will be?
Okay.
Based on what we had.
Yeah. Right. Based on what we've had.
Vulture.
Yeah.
I still think Kraven's going to be in there. I'd say Mysterio, but like he's dead, but probably a backup hard drive or they're going to figure that out.
I think he's dead.
You don't?
I don't.
You think he's alive still?
Yeah.
I think they could do.
I think he's got it.
I think they could do the Green Goblin maybe with the Kraven the Hunter. I think Green Goblin's a staple.
They have to put the Osborns in at some point, and I can't believe he hasn't been in it yet.
I think,
crazy.
Osborn, Venom.
Venom wasn't Sinister Six.
Really?
I don't
Carnage?
think so. I don't think they were in it.
Well, then I'm
Electro
bugging.
was in Sinister Six.
Electro, Shocker.
I don't know who
Doc
Scorpion?
Ock.
Yeah.
Scorpion.
Oh, maybe
It did
Doc.
vary.
They've set up. They
There was a
haven't.
lot in and out.
So
Kingpin.
they haven't like announced these guys as official villains, but their names in Far From Home. Shocker was in it, but I think he actually killed himself. Is that you remember that guy with like?
And Far From Home.
Yeah, no, not Far From
Oh,
Home.
in Homecoming.
Yeah, he had like that.
Yeah,
glove
didn't Vulture kill him?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure.
yeah.
So I think
yeah.
he died. So I don't think he's
Yeah.
in the
Yeah,
Sinister
yeah.
Six.
Yeah.
But I think they set up Scorpion because that guy that got the scar
Yeah.
talked to him.
That's
Yeah.
true. I forgot about that.
Well,
So they set him up a little bit.
I definitely think Scorpion's going to come into Spider-Man's kind of world. J. Jonah Jameson, I think, was their kind of segue into Scorpion, because the story behind that is J. Jonah Jameson kind of created Scorpion in the
really?
comic books. Like he reached out. I don't know. Do you guys know Scorpion's character's name by any chance?
that guy no.
Google.
Yeah, Google it. But anyway, J. Jonah Jameson reached out to him and basically wanted somebody to go out and take down Spider-Man, because we all know J. Jonah Jameson thinks Spider-Man's a menace.
Whatever
And so he created or helped create Scorpion somehow, whether it was through technology or some other method. But
Right.
basically J. Jonah Jameson created Scorpion.
With Marvel, I'd expect to be technology based.
Right. So that's a very real possibility now that they officially introduced Jameson in Spider-Man's world. We'll see what happens.
His name is Mac Gargan.
That's it. Yep. Mac Gargan.
God damn it! I'm excited to see J. Jonah Jameson on the big screen again.
The original.
Bring me pictures of Spider-Man.
The
He's
original.
so great. The original. He's so phenomenal.
You
He's
can't
just,
go wrong with him.
You really can't. Any scene, you're gonna bust a gut laughing.
No.
He's just so.
He's a wise ass.
No.
In what movie? was it?
Especially if Peter works for him somehow.
Yeah.
Like, we haven't seen him get much photography in these two movies. But
Right.
if he does end up at the Daily Bugle.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
gonna
think
be great.
What was it in Spider-Man 2 where J. Jonah Jameson puts on the suit and he's in his office like when no one can see him?
I think that's
So
the
he's
second
puffing on
one.
the cigar.
Yeah. His receptionist is like, your wife's on the line. He's like, hang up, I'll call her later. Such a grouch.
You're fired.
Yeah.
You're hired.
Such a grouch.
He's great.
In that movie too, Spidey's like, $200. He's like, that's crazy. Give you 200.
It's like, all right, well, I'm just going to leave.
I love
Great.
J. Jonah.
He's in the MCU now. Has like a little bit of a different role though. He's not like a newspaper
You know what
guy,
I-
right?
no, you
he's
know
like
what
I think
radio,
he's a podcast
like
guy.
a podcast
Yeah.
guy, right?
I heard
In all
him.
honesty.
I heard him compared to Alex Jones.
Yeah, I've heard that, and I could definitely see that.
of the MCU.
Yep.
Really?
Trying to get people all riled up
Yep.
about these wild conspiracies
Just
that
perfect.
aren't really true. Like Spidey is really a secret villain.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
That's what it is now,
Yeah.
though.
That's how it was in
the game.
the game Spider-Man PS4.
And just tune into his JJJ podcast.
Yeah.
That was, dude, every time he came out, he'd slander Spidey.
No.
So, like, pissed off
and
about life.
I think that's kind of how it's going to be in the next Spider-Man movie.
I can only hope so, because that'd be great.
Yeah, but keep in mind though that everybody now knows who Spider-Man
he
is. So I don't think he
That's
would.
why.
I don't think it would follow the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man storyline where
Right.
he ends up working for Jameson, because Jameson knows it's Peter Parker.
Right.
And so does everybody. How do you guys think that's gonna work out in the next Spider-Man movie?
I think that's where we're going to see
Shit's gonna
our
go
most
down.
likely villain being Craven.
Why is that?
Hunting.
Yeah, hunted down Peter Parker.
Oh.
I could see it.
I think that's kind of I think that's got to be our guy for our third Spider-Man movie.
I heard rumors that Chameleon might be. I know nothing about Chameleon, honestly, but the only thing I know is that he's a villain that obviously camouflages, but
He's got like a belt that like projects the other, like what someone else would look like on top of himself.
That's Mysterio. I
yeah,
don't like
that's
that.
very similar.
That's
to
kind of what they
Mysterio.
did
No,
with
I'm-
Mysterio, in the sense that Mysterio in comics and in the animated show, like, he'd actually have powers and shit,
Right,
and
right.
use misconception, whereas in the MCU he used the robots for all this
Right,
shit.
right.
And I feel like doing that with Chameleon, yeah, that would be a little.
Are there
same
any?
thing we just watched?
Sorry, are there any Easter eggs for Chameleon in any of the movies?
I don't think so.
Nothing, right?
I honestly, I just saw that headline. I didn't even read too much into the article. I think it'd be interesting, just because I don't know anything about the character.
Right.
Likewise, I don't really know much about Craven either. You know, that's kind of one of the reasons why I want to see him so much, is because I want to know his backstory,
Right.
who he is.
I know he's brilliant, and I know he is just a phenomenal
Trap layer
who thinks things thoroughly and like who has a plot to get everything he wants. And I heard, who do you think is going to be the casting for that if they do that? Who would make a good Craven? Because I've seen Jason Momoa be, speculated for Craven.
What, you're shaking your head?
He'd be good, but like,
think he'd
how
be
you
pretty
gonna
good.
how you gonna
He's
be
huge.
How you gonna
that's
be
true.
Aquaman
Well,
and Craven at the same time?
Well,
cares?
Craven was pretty huge, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was jacked up. He's
Yeah.
a hunter.
Craven's a big guy.
Or that fucking lion.
Yeah, he wear like the whole dead
coat.
body on
Yeah.
him.
He looks tough.
I think Jason Momoa would be pretty good.
I do. I think it would. No, that would be a middle finger to DC though.
Big time.
Yeah, I bet you they'd write him better and everything, and just
100%.
he'd look like an even better of an actor than like he ever was as Aquaman.
Momoa would be like, the hell was I doing with
Yeah,
DC?
exactly. He's gonna be another one to leave.
I know.
Stick a jab in there about Aquaman.
Yeah.
They'd
Shit.
do that shit.
I
don't
don't
know,
know
though.
who would
Can you
make a
think-
good actor for that. I can't think of any hugely buff dudes that could.
David Harbour. Hopper.
Hopper. How many times are they gonna use him?
No, he was gonna be, he's in Black Widow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Killmonger. Or not Killmonger.
Killmonger, bro.
Taskmaster.
No, not Taskmaster.
I thought he was
He's
Taskmaster.
Red Guardian.
There it is.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
I don't think, do we know who's playing Taskmaster in that? we
Takes him to
Googling it?
Google.
I don't know if they have a casting for it yet.
One point I
Probably
want to
not.
bring up about this is
I'm pretty sure they don't.
about the Spider-Man movie, all the Spider-Man movie in actuality, is
David Harbour.
I think Sony is scared to recycle a villain. They have yet to use a villain twice in all of their movies, except for the Green Goblin, and that was in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, which just stopped happening. So, like, they set up the Sinister Six with... I said it again, Six with...
Ad Asta.
That ass. I can't talk, man. I don't know why I do radio show.
Hey, it's all good, man.
It's a podcast.
But I think they're scared to recycle a villain, and I would love to see them recycle Green Goblin again, or Doc Ock, for that matter. Even
Yeah.
I love Doc
the
Ock.
Lizard. I believe that's his name.
Yeah, I think
Just
it's
the lizard.
Yeah. If,
Recycled. Yep.
I think it'd be cool to use any one of those three again.
The thing about Doc Ock, though, is they made Spider-Man 2 like such a good movie. You know what I
Perfect.
mean? And Doc Ock in that movie was just phenomenal.
so now here's the thing, though.
I know Octavius.
Yep.
With Tom Holland.
You all right?
No, I'm just buffering.
Man, that
With
pre-episode shot really did something today.
Tom Holland being back into the MCU.
Yeah.
There was plots for the Venomverse with Tom Holland.
Right.
What do they do now? Like Sony, from a Sony perspective, do they continue with
Did you hear Feige's comment?
with the Venom Carnage stuff or what?
What
No.
was Feige's comment?
It was Spider-Man, like when they got him back, they were like, yeah, he even got a new superpower when he came back. He's able to jump across the universes, like the Sony verse and the MCU verse.
bro? Come
They're not. They can't. Okay, don't yell at me.
Not a fan?
Well, no, it's like that.
They're doing this whole thing. Okay, so I get your anger, but I'm thinking about it like this. They're probably going to set up MCU Sinister Six. I really cannot.
Next time you say you're doing a shot.
I really cannot help it.
No, it's not. That'll make it worse.
Yeah, you're
Sinister Six. They're setting that up for the MCU. I think that's going to be the MCU play, and they're going to have Venom Carnage, Spider-Man for the Sonyverse type of thing. I think that's two different directions they're going, two different fan bases type of things. It's going to draw more people in, more money.
But the thing is that it's a money grab. You know how I feel about
Oh, I know how you feel
I
about
think
the
we
money
mention it
grab.
every week.
the grabbing. But listen.
We got to get shirts that say money grab.
Here's the thing. Like, How are you going to have a New York... Venom takes place in what? New York?
Yeah, right?
No,
it doesn't.
it's in California, like San Francisco.
So you're going to have just like 1 year Tom Holland's going to be fighting Kraven in New York, and then here comes Venom, who's in Cali with Tom Holland swinging.
No.
Like what?
But do you think that it would be like a different Spider-Man, even though it's Tom Holland?
No.
So
At this point,
it would be the same
It'd be
Spider-Man.
You know what I think Sony should do? Hold that thought.
Okay.
Because I'm going to lose this if I
I'll
don't
bite
say
my
it right
tongue
now.
for now.
I think, does Sony own Miles Morales?
Yeah, they own all those Spider-Man characters.
They should fucking keep. And Sony, you could buy this idea from me.
Are you sure?
I got
owns
Venmo.
Miles?
Just sponsor
They
us.
do, because Sony made Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh yeah.
So I think they should keep the
movie.
Venom movie. Great movie. I think they should keep the Venom movies going. Have it in the universe with Miles Morales.
Yeah.
Make him the Spidey. Tom Holland
Yeah.
is with the MCU.
Yeah, I agree. Instead of
Sony-
bouncing back.
If
I
you
got
don't
Venmo.
if you don't think Marvel wants Miles Morales too, you're bugging.
All right. Well,
They definitely want Miles.
I don't know about that though, because I read something where it basically said that instead of having Miles Morales, they kind of replace him with Ned as a character. Like Ned is supposed to be the replacement for
I
Miles
hope
Morales.
Ned doesn't become
I'm
another
not.
Spider-Man.
I don't think he'll get powers, but I think that they kind of approached it where, like, all right, instead of Miles Morales, so we're going to put Spider-Man's kind of friend, confidant as Ned.
I have a theory that if this Sony Spider-Man deal continued the way it was going, like Sony had the rights and everything, they were going to run Spider-Man and the character into the ground.
Agreed.
They were going to exhaust him. I think
Agreed.
it was something crazy. Like they had 10 movies and shows of Spider-Man. Like you had the Spider-Verse, you had Spider-Pig was going to be a show. You had like Venom and all that in that Spider-Man universe. They were going to do way too many things.
I think they're still going to do a lot of those things.
Well, fuck them. I think
Weren't they going to do like something like Miss Spider, or it was
Madam Web.
Madam Web. What? Can you tell me what the fuck that is?
Madam Web.
Please tell me
all right.
what that
So
is,
Madam
dude.
Web is really cool in my opinion, and
You like it? Really?
yeah, I do. I do like the idea of it because if you ever watched the Spider-Man animated show, and if you haven't, honestly, I recommend you watch it.
Okay.
It's a good '90s TV cartoon.
I
and
do
it's
love 90s cartoons.
It's really good, but Madam Web opens up the multiverse for Spider-Man. So the Spideyverse.
Okay.
That's where that all really derives
She
from.
opens it up?
Yes, that's Madam Web in the animated
Yeah.
series I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Why is she that old?
Because, I don't know, she's like the overseer of all the Spideyverse.
That's okay.
So
all
all
right,
Spider-Man in any universe, like she's able to see if something's going wrong or if like they're being corrupted somehow. And that would be the door into that, and I think that is still definitely going to happen, in my opinion, because they want to expand the Spider-Verse no matter what.
Right.
And they want to keep doing movies with Venom and Tom Holland, and there's a female Spider-Man character in the works right now, so Spider-Gwen might be on its way.
Yeah.
That Easter egg in Endgame.
Yeah, and
right.
there's a lot of doors that they could open with this. You could get the possibility of seeing Andrew Garfield come back as Spider-Man. Toby, we've heard, is not about it, but like if it was, maybe it'd be sick.
Yeah.
Just the pelvic thrust. One more.
Oh my God, sorry.
Come on.
It's the
we,
computer
we,
now.
we have a rule against that here.
Oh my God,
You're going to have to leave now.
Dark Spidey,
I was not
the
expecting a phone call there.
symbiote doing the pelvic thrust
Big time.
with
Spider-Man 3.
Let me ask you guys a question. I'm real curious to know your thoughts on this. So, we're talking about like different kinds of Spider-Men, different like portrayals of that character, right?
Right.
Madam Spider, Spider-Gwen.
Madam Web.
Okay. Madam Web.
Hey, guys!
Do you think, real quick, she's gonna... No, go.
I just had a
I know,
question.
okay, yeah, go.
Do you... All right, I'll
My mind race is too quick.
cut to the chase here. Do you think that the process of including more than one character to play a certain superhero is a bad idea? In other words, you like they're doing with Thor. Like, there's going to be another Thor now, and it's going to be Natalie Portman, and there's going to be like more Spider-Man. Do you think that kind of lessens the value of the superhero itself.
What?
Because in my opinion, I believe like there's one Thor, there's one Spider-Man. That's it. Like I don't like this whole,
multiverse type of thing.
It worries me because I think it lessens the impact a little bit.
Too much of a good thing.
Yeah.
What's
You haven't seen Into the Spider-Verse. I'm sorry for cutting you off.
No, it's fine.
It's like, no, not everyone can be Spider-Man. Not everyone can be Thor. You know what I mean?
Right.
I do.
And you haven't seen Into the Spider-Verse?
No, he has.
I have.
Oh, you have. Did you like it or no?
No.
Ah, well, all right.
I know it's a
there
very...
goes my whole point.
In all fairness, I know it's an unpopular
fuck
opinion.
right off.
I know a lot of people liked it. And it was for that reason. I just don't... I don't know. It just kind of... Oh, you're Spider-Man, and you're Spider-Man, and you're Spider-Man, and everybody's Spider-Man. And it's just kind of like...
It's the whole multiverse thing, I guess, which maybe they'll pay off with Strange. I don't know. But,
it's a tricky subject.
Well, how do you feel? I mean, I think that, like, Thor's ability to, like, lift the hammer. You know what I mean? I feel like that should be something that's really, really special, and not everybody should be able to do it. It was cool when Captain America did it.
You have to be worthy.
But now, we have Natalie Portman who's going to take on Thor, and Captain Marvel was talking about, Captain Marvel could pick up the hammer too, and it's just, I don't know.
He's so mad.
This has been on my mind for quite some time. I'm just kind of venting
I'm glad
now.
you're getting it out on the show, man.
But what do you think about that quickly?
I don't...
Do you think that...
I think it's cool. For me, I'm honestly in the opposite realm from you.
Okay.
In the matter of, I think the more the merrier, as long as they don't fuck it up. And with that being said, I think the main person we have to be following throughout that is our guy, Tom Holland. And it's got to be majority of screen time him, and then these other spider people are on the screen with him, but it's not like they're trying to overtake him or overlap him or someone's trying to be better than him type of thing. Mm-hmm. I think it's got to be established that he's the alpha Spider-Man, and these are just all these other guys are here for a movie,
right?
Type of thing.
I'm
not scared of it. I think it's a cool idea.
I don't know, man. I feel like yes and no, it can be cool, but like. The Spider-Verse thing is neat in a way because you have all the Spider-Gwens and you have... It's almost like it's like a plot hole to like just have more characters and stuff, because you could say anyone has a multiverse. Like you could say, oh, there's an Iron Man multiverse, but like, would you want to see any Iron Man other than Tony Stark?
No.
There's just no way. Like, some things are meant to be for that person, so I get that point.
RDJ.
But, I don't know.
An Oscar
like you
nomination,
said,
by the way.
Like you said,
what?
They gotta do it right. It's gotta be right.
Yeah.
And you brought up Lady Thor, like, lifting Thor's hammer. Is that Jane, by the way? Is her name Jane?
Yeah.
So she
Natalie Portman.
She was mentioned in Ultron.
Mm-hmm.
So way back when.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know this.
You just watched Ultron recently.
For the second time.
The first full time.
No.
Yeah.
No, I've seen the ending. I've seen the ending.
All right.
100%.
All right.
But, yeah.
It's bad.
Thor was like, talking about Jane and stuff, and I was like, that's Lady Thor. And it's crazy. Marvel plots things so goddamn far out. Like,
yeah,
they're
in the seams.
100% plotting for Phase 6 right now.
100%.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
At least. You're right. They know what's going to happen in 5 and 6.
Yeah,
right.
They know what's going on. They're thinking 15 years down the road. That's great.
And that's what makes Marvel so great,
I know.
is that they plan and everything ties together.
Do you think Kevin Feige...
Boo, DC, boo.
Big time.
Do you think Kevin Feige will die in the MCU? Like, do you think he'll die as CEO? Is he CEO? President?
Let me say
president.
this.
President.
I certainly hope so.
Yeah.
I don't know. If they lose him, the MCU loses a part of itself.
He's doing a great job.
He's a wizard.
Yeah.
He is a wizard.
He's got the formula.
He does. He knows.
Yeah.
Going back a little while, though, from earlier in the show...
Speaking of Kevin Feige.
Feige. I want to answer Tate's question about...
And then I got a little
Venom.
story about Kevin Feige, and it was actually a story that I was going to tell in the cold open, so it all kind of works together.
Oh, word. But to answer your question about Venom,
What?
You remember, like, 10 minutes ago, we were talking about this? This has been on my mind. I've been wanting to make this point to you, but, like, we got into, like, 4 other things. So, you know how you were upset because he's in California, right?
Yeah.
So, Venom 2 is supposed to be... It's supposed to be him and Carnage, like, going up against each other.
Absolute Carnage. And then... No, it's Maximum Carnage, and then the one after that is supposed to be Maximum Carnage.
It doesn't matter. It's Carnage, period.
Well, yeah, the character.
Yes!
Bitch.
Okay, well, my point is that you know how at the end of Venom 2, they had the extra credit scene? The end credit scene.
For Venom 1?
Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
And
with Carnage.
Yeah, they went to the prison. So it's supposed to be like Prison Break, Woody Harrelson,
Yes.
Cletus Cassidy
Yes.
makes his way to New York.
Okay.
And Eddie Brock catches wind that he has like a symbiote, and he chases him to New York.
How does he get the symbiote?
The symbiote,
Did it choose him?
It does choose him. Like in the comics, at least, it chooses him because he's attracted to how fucking psycho Cletus Cassidy is.
I was gonna say a nightmare because we think like Venom's bad. Like, do you know about Carnage?
Not too much, to be honest.
Let me tell you something.
He's a badass motherfucker.
Listen to me.
Oh shit,
Motherfucker.
Carnage is a guy who does whatever like impulse his mind comes up with no remorse. Like, it's crazy. He could kill a baby. Just like take a baby, crush its head, just move on. Just keep
Cletus
walking.
Cassidy
Isn't that
is a
kind of
serial
like
killer.
Venom?
No, Venom has a conscience. Like, Venom knows what he's doing and why he's doing it, whereas Carnage is a psychopath. Like,
Really?
he knows no rules with Carnage. No fucking rules.
That's gonna be cool. Then
What he wants to do is what he does.
That's pretty dark.
He is psycho. And that's why I think Venom 2 is probably going to be rated R.
I think it'll be better than Venom 1.
Yeah. I mean,
I certainly hope.
Venom 1 was supposed to be R halfway through, and then they were just like,
Nah.
Should have been.
they're
Would
like,
have made it better.
Pump the brakes.
Yeah.
Let's do PG-13. So I'm hoping, I don't know how you could pull off a Carnage movie without it being rated R.
Yeah,
To be
I
honest. I don't know how. And it doesn't make much sense, but I'm excited to see if they do it, because Woody Harrelson as Carnage, if he could pull off being that insane,
Magnifique.
Oscar.
Forget
Oscar.
about it.
Yeah?
Oscar. Give him an Oscar.
Tony.
Real quick before we go on to the Joker, little story to tell. We were talking about Kevin Feige and how he really understands Marvel, the comic books, the characters. I was in the gym the other day. This shows you how big of a nerd I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was in the gym the other day,
Join you.
and I think I was like doing sit-ups or something like that, and it was like towards the end of my workout, so there was I try to go for like a half hour,
Yeah.
and there was or 45 minutes or whatever, and there was like 10 minutes left of my workout, and I was like really not feeling it, but at the same time I wanted to push myself to the end.
Right.
And I was like so super tired, and I was sitting there, and I went on YouTube on my phone, and I searched the scene from Spider-Man Homecoming where he's trapped under the rubble, and he's like, "Come on, Spider-Man! Come on, Spider-Man!" And come on, I'm just sitting in the gym on the machine watching this scene, and I'm like, "Fuck yeah! Come on, Spider-Man!"
Get yourself amped. You gotta do what you need to do, man.
He lifted it, though.
He lifted it.
He did. Yeah,
And-
yeah,
and-
yeah.
There's
Bring-
something about yelling at yourself that gets
Yeah.
you going a little further. Like,
But
come on,
br-
you fucking bitch.
Come on, Spider-Man. But that was a great scene, first of all. Second of all, bringing it back to Kevin Feige.
Yes.
Did you know that scene, you know what scene I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
That scene, I guess, originally wasn't going to be in it. And Kevin Feige had to fight to get that scene in because he understood Spider-Man, in my opinion, better than a lot of the other writers for that movie. Spider-Man's
A lot
a
of the
kid.
Sony
He's a
people.
teenager.
He's a teenager who gets scared, who has fear. He's vulnerable. And that's why he wanted that scene in the movie.
He's young and he makes mistakes.
You
That's what we've seen out of Holland thus far in his films.
In Homecoming, man, he's 15.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I
With
know.
that kind of power, I'd be slinging everywhere.
That's what makes him so interesting, though. It's
Yeah.
that he's a kid. You
Listen.
know what I mean?
Stan Lee, that's what he intended to portray the entire time.
Yep.
That's what he
High
intended
school
to portray.
kid into, his adulthood.
That's Stan. Just to credit Stan Lee for a hot second, that's his niche. He makes superheroes that have human attributes. They're human first. They got problems. They got issues. They got personality, and then they're a superhero.
Right.
You know, which is amazing. Stan Lee-
makes you-
Speaking of someone who has
rest in peace.
problems and issues, Joker.
Yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix.
So we have a few early reviews out because the movie, I think technically comes out tomorrow, but for some theaters, I think here on the East Coast, it's out tonight.
It's out tonight. Oh,
Tomorrow's like the
Mamma
official
mia.
day, though. It wasn't. Doesn't it come out on the 4th technically?
Yeah. I don't know if
But
there's
some
like the
theaters are
early
showing it
release
tonight.
theater thing.
I don't know. Anyway,
It's more common than not nowadays.
some reviews are out already. I was reading a few right before the show tonight, and a lot of people are saying that it's kind of disappointing. Go ahead. I want to hear what you think.
I don't know. I have yet to see it, clearly, but
Are you fazed at all by that news?
not a bit.
Why is that?
Not a bit. I have high hopes. You can't have a movie. I mean, you can, but it's rare to have a movie that's been in the press for so long. This movie has been in the press since, what, a month ago, at least, before it comes out?
Probably prior to that.
Probably a little bit more. I think people are saying, oh, it's shitty, oh, Christ, it's really bad because of the controversy that it causes.
Maybe so.
And that's inevitable. I mean, if you have a movie that's controversial, whether it's one side or another, you're going to be polarized.
Yeah.
And to have a movie that's wicked teetering on the fence is going to be super refreshing.
Yeah, it is.
And it might seem morbid of me, but I think it's going to be really interesting to see like a fucked up movie. And I think that's what this is going to be. People are saying, don't bring your kids. You know, they're saying it's going to inspire mass shootings, I've read. I've even read on Facebook, I saw an article that says some movie theaters are going to station an undercover cop in every movie theater that shows this movie.
So,
Which is bananas.
Here's my thoughts on that. Don't like these kind of movies like that have violence in it and horror in it come out all the time.
Yeah, but
The Joker's not like a new genre. You know what I mean?
well, the thing is, like, if people think this is really gruesome and grotesque, like, have you seen Saw?
Exactly. Have you seen Saw? Have you seen, dozens and dozens of other movies that have come out over the years? I mean, I just don't get. I don't get the
And I'm curious.
focus on Joker.
I'm curious if it's going to be political, in the sense that it's going to be focused around mental health.
I think it is.
Which I am very, very interested to see if that's the case. I think that'll be interesting. And to be honest, maybe people are getting pissed off because it reveals the stigma about mental health. Who knows? There's a lot of things that could happen with this movie. There's a lot of reasons why people could be saying it sucks. It got 69% on Rotten Tomatoes so far. I don't know. I guess it won the award at the Venice Film Festival when it was first shown, and then it was getting great press, and now it's in theaters tomorrow, and people are saying, "Oh, this movie is."
By the way, we're recording on Wednesday.
Yes,
Those
so
were
Thursday tomorrow from today.
Wait, we're okay. So let's explain this because that was really confusing. We're recording on Thursday. This podcast will go live on Friday.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
For tomorrow to today. Like, what?
Disregard that, like, the last minute of the podcast.
Oh, my Lord.
so
What's
tired.
going on here tonight, guys? Episode 5, we're crumbling.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it's controversial, and that's why people are saying it sucks. I mean, that's just me.
I agree.
The critics, they could all shove it up their ass. I don't know. Wait till we see it.
Yeah.
Wait till, you make your own judgment. I still am holding out hope. I have, truthfully, I've seen a couple movies with Joaquin Phoenix. All of them are good. And that's why I'm holding out hope that this is going to be no different.
Yeah.
And I think to see him portray something like the Joker is going to be a wild ride.
My big thing is
2 hours of greatness.
I'm definitely going to see it because I rarely base. Unless they get like really, really bad scores, I rarely base whether or not I go to see a new movie in theaters on the reviews.
Right, it's a desire to go see it.
But I will say, though, I really, really hope Joker is, and this sounds so kind of cliche and so simple, but I hope it's not a boring movie in the sense that it's, slow moving, it's a slow narrative. I want there to be some kind of action. I'd rather have there be like violence in every scene than just kind of like a in-depth look at the psychology of a man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would find that interesting too, but look at Ad Astra. Got what, like 89 on Rotten
Boring
Tomatoes?
as hell.
We walked out of there with a gun to our temple. I mean, it was not good, and it got
horrible.
It got a high score on Rotten Tomatoes.
Cinematography was great. All right, guys.
I don't know, man. I mean,
You mean you don't know? You saw it.
no, I'm saying, like, I don't know the reasoning for what makes a movie good or bad. These critics are so fucking obscure. It's like, you never know. You really don't. So
It's a rated R movie. If you don't think your kid should see a rated R movie, don't bring them.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
yeah.
One of our fans that gave us a shout out, Andrew Keaton. Shout out to him on the podcast. He tweeted today. He's like, he commented on a news broadcast talking about how parents shouldn't bring their kids to see it, and he just tweets and goes, "It's a rated R movie." Period.
Yeah.
And I was like, people these days are ridiculous. I tweeted that back at him. It's not right. Like, if you don't want your kid to see a movie like this, don't bring it to them.
I know.
I understand there's this thing with superhero movies now where, like, you think you got to go see them all because you're gonna miss something with them. And I blame Marvel for that, because now I feel like if you miss a superhero movie, people are like, you didn't see this movie? Like, what? Come on. But you don't need to take your kid to see a rated R movie if you think it's going to reflect poorly on what they think, or if you think it's going to help. Like, you don't... Deadpool was a rated R movie.
Let me tell you
so
something.
many younger kids went to go see Deadpool. The first one when I went and saw it in theaters. There's so many younger kids in there. The Merc with the Mouth was swearing up a storm, and there was probably an 8-year-old next to me, and I was like, this kid is corrupt now.
Just follow the rules. I mean, what it comes down to is
Silly.
growing up.
It's silly.
Growing up,
Don't shit on a movie because it's controversial.
I know.
Shit on a movie if it's bad or not.
Yeah.
Not because it could possibly raise a red flag to somebody.
games have a rating of E to T to M. I shit you not. My mom wouldn't let me play M games until I was 17.
Same.
She really, I mean, around 16, 15, she fudged a little bit.
Yeah.
But she wouldn't let me play them.
It all changed when our Uncle Todd got us the Jaws game, which was
that
rated
game
M.
was phenomenal.
Let me tell you, dude, there wasn't very many like gory games like that back in the day.
I was in
Wow.
I was in the basement tearing up sailboats, ripping people to shreds. Just ripping them limb to limb. It was great. Blood everywhere in the water. But anyways, for the most part, I should say, my mom was a stickler with that. She was careful with letting me play M games until I was around the age of 17. Follow that for the movies.
Yeah.
If you're not, what's rated R? What's that? 18 or 17? Something like
it's
that?
18.
Or 16? I don't know.
No, it's 17, isn't
It's
it?
17.
Yeah.
For a rated R movie
Yep.
to see 17. Yeah, I mean, if you're not around 17, who in their right mind would bring a 10-year-old to see really any R-rated movie? Like, why would you? With the language or violence or whatever.
Right,
I mean,
right.
just not really...
The possibility of seeing a boob is bad enough.
Yeah,
like,
come on.
nudity in a movie for a 10-year-old? This kid not gonna know what's going on.
I still get excited when I see a boob in a movie.
Hashtag American Pie.
Yeah, how do you think a 10-year... The Naked Mile.
Ooh.
How do you think...
now we're talking.
How do you think a 10-year-old's gonna feel? So, you know what I'm saying? I mean...
Well, here's what I think is kind of happening, because I think we have a lot of like baby boomers, older, middle-aged, parents, mothers, fathers, kind of complaining about movies like
I think it's more Gen X
like
now.
like Deadpool and like this Joker movie. I think there's a disconnect.
Yeah.
Right? I think that a lot of these baby boomers kind of see, okay, it's a superhero movie, can't possibly be that bad. I think that's the perception. I think that a lot of these people are kind of out of the loop a little bit on the status of superhero movies and where they're at today in that whole genre. And I think that they just haven't grasped yet how dark at times they really can be. And so they kind of say, all right, what the hell? I'll take my kid to it. And then they start bitching and complaining when they hear that it's actually kind of dark and not for kids. I mean, we saw, just to give an example, it's not nearly as dark as Joker, but, Infinity War. Some of those later Avengers movies were kind of dark, half the population dies, the villain wins.
Yeah.
You know, it's PG-13, but it goes to show that superhero movies aren't just, you know...
Cookie cutter.
Right, they're not cookie cutter, they're not, you know, rainbows and unicorns, they don't all have a happy ending. They are getting...
soft.
They are getting more serious.
Nor should they all have
I
a
agree.
happy ending.
I agree.
Dude, in the comics, Iron Man gets ripped in half by Thanos.
Yeah.
Could you imagine
Damn.
if that's how Iron Man died in Endgame?
They almost had Thanos throwing Captain America's head in Endgame.
Can you imagine if any of that happened? Parents would be outraged.
I hear you.
This movie would not have been number one ever.
I hear
No
you.
way.
Have you seen the comic
that
strip
movie.
with the Hulk versus Jesus Christ, I'm getting too ahead of myself. With Hulk versus Wolverine, that's gruesome.
Yeah.
He crawls, or no, he like rips the Hulk from the inside out in one of them, in like the most famous Wolverine versus Hulk fight. I forget how he
Is
gets.
this a comic book?
Yeah.
I forget how he
It's a
gets.
series, Wolverine vs. Hulk.
Forget how he gets in there, but he literally rips the Hulk from the inside out and just kills him. And that's the only fight that Wolverine wins out of the Hulk, and because they fight a couple times.
Yeah.
But it gets gruesome. I
Yeah.
mean, you get superheroes, you get into fantasy, you could do anything. And I would personally love to see more R-rated movies that like have superheroes.
Right.
That's why like DC Black Label, like we're seeing with the Joker.
Right.
Like I don't know what Birds of Prey is. Actually, no, I do know. Birds of Prey I think is rated R.
Yeah.
That's going to be another probably a decent-ish movie.
Rumors that Doctor Strange 2 will be rated R.
I hope.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to be
Also,
scary.
rumors that Black Widow will be rated R.
That's
Really?
still not out. The rating for that movie.
I don't think it
we
is.
don't even have a trailer for that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
I think we're going to get
I don't
one.
think that's a bad thing.
I want to see a red label trailer for Black Widow,
Yeah.
like a real bad.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Shout out to Emergency Awesome, because I saw this on his page. He thinks that we'll probably see a trailer for Black Widow around November, early December. So,
Got some time.
So let's getting back to Joker. One of the big complaints is that the movie will incite violence,
Mass shootings.
mass shootings.
Do you
What do you guys think about that?
do you remember the mass shooting that happened with the Dark Knight movie?
Yeah.
The one in
The theater
Aurora,
shooting, right?
yeah, the Aurora, California,
Yep.
Colorado, Aurora, Colorado, and that movie theater is not showing the Joker.
Really?
It refuses to after what
But
happened.
But the Dark Knight didn't inspire that shooter.
it was just a shooter.
It was just a
that-
shooter who went into the movie Dark Knight. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
It's not to take away from the event at all. It's still a horrible event that happened, but
Absolutely.
the movie didn't inspire that psychopath hell of a person to unload his weapon on the theater. It was just some mentally deranged guy who was in that movie who shot up that movie theater.
And you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb here
Okay.
and make a bold statement.
we'll do it.
Let's say that some movies like Joker did inspire some crazy people to have crazy thoughts. So what's the solution to that? You know, are we just going to kind of say, all right, Hollywood, you can't ever make movies like this ever again because a
Right.
handful of crazy people out there might do something?
Right.
We're not going to change the whole
And then
Hollywood culture around these people. And again, that's assuming that they do, in fact, inspire these people.
It's no different
which
from
we
a
don't
horror
know.
movie or anything like
Right.
that. Like, there's so many horror movies that get released that could be realistic enough where a person can walk around and kill somebody after what they've seen from that movie. Why now? Why now? Because it's involved with heroes and villains. Is this a problem?
We're getting crazy, but I mean, you think about it, like if you really, try to connect, well, what makes someone do this or that? What would prevent someone who's seen the Joker like shoot up a movie theater versus someone who's seen Nightmare on Elm Street strap some knives on his hands?
That's
and
what I'm
just go
saying.
around?
That's what I'm saying.
It's the same shit.
Right.
So like, what do you can't do anything
Right.
about
I
it.
don't get what the beef is about Joker.
Right.
That's what I'm saying, is there's been so many other violent
a
movies.
whole lot of hoopla.
And I mean, maybe maybe I'll go see this Joker movie and I'll be like, oh my fucking god. But like, at the same time, I'm not going to walk out of there and be like, I'm gonna go fuck up this. You know what I'm saying? You don't.
It's not gonna happen.
You don't. Yeah, it's just you. I don't know. It's
And if you're worried it could happen, don't take your kids to see it.
yeah. Use your judgment. Be smart about it, but know that it's a rated R movie that's going to have violence in it. Probably grotesque violence of beating people up and stuff like that. And if you're that easily swayed into doing something, don't go see the movie.
I hate the fact that we even have to say that.
It's sad.
You know what I mean?
It's where we are nowadays. Let's move on.
It's just
I think we've
unbelievable.
gotten too depressed about the Joker, and rather we should look forward to seeing it coming out Friday, October 4th.
Yeah, so we plan on seeing it before the next pod.
Let's go see it Monday.
What do you think, boys?
We could go see a Monday night movie again with nobody there.
What am I doing? They're going to be there on Monday for sure for the Joker.
Monday, I'm not sure we can because we
Family shiznaz.
It is a family shiznaz.
Why?
Ma,
Yeah, I know what we're doing.
we got plans.
Yeah, we do.
All right.
But that's not to say
No,
that
we can say it. We're going out to dinner with our aunt.
yeah,
Oh, well.
That's really all, auntie.
I said hey.
family shiznaz.
Shiznaz.
The diner, right?
yeah,
I'm excited for that.
it's a great diner.
Which diner?
The only diner they go to.
Olympia.
Olympia, huh?
Shout out to
Not
Olympia
Town
Diner.
Line?
No, I was.
I love Olympia far greater
I was
than any
at work
other diner.
and I was talking to Casey, who. All right, so I got to beef real quick because I was talking with our coworker Casey, who says that Denny's is better than Town Line Diner, and I said you're insane. There's just no argument to be had there.
She loves Denny's, dude.
Do you agree? You guys agree that
Town
Line's better than Denny's?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
There's
no
no
way.
comparison.
No comparison.
Any diner
yeah.
food is better than Denny's food.
Yeah.
Denny's is. You think diner food is grubby? Like Denny's is like fast food diner food, which is gnar.
Unlimited pancakes for $2.
All right, well,
Come on.
yeah,
No,
that's-
Town Line is just amazing.
Yeah, Town Line's great.
Many trips there at 3 a.m.
Quite a bit.
After
Or
quite a bit
you
of
gotta love a
drinks.
place that's open late, you know?
Anyways,
What's left on
So
tap?
yeah, we're gonna see it hopefully before next pod, right?
Tuesday could probably work.
Maybe have a review next week.
yeah.
Look forward to it, folks. It's probably what's gonna happen.
Yeah, well, I won't. Yeah, we'll talk. I got something,
It'll
I got
probably
some-
happen.
I got something to say.
Stranger Things 4. Apparently,
Oh, yeah.
I know nothing about this, so take the lead. There's some kind of teaser promo out now.
Do you want to watch it on mute? It's like 30 seconds.
Tell me about it?
All
I don't
right.
want to pull it up.
Have you seen it?
What is it?
It's just a promo.
I've seen Stranger Things 4 with the music, and it's just the words, no clip scene or anything.
Yeah, no, in the Upside Down, right?
No.
It turns into the Upside Down?
Maybe?
Dog.
Yeah?
Isn't that for Stranger Things 3?
No.
Oh. Wait, have you seen the promo
No.
for 4?
I don't think I've seen
Oh.
the right
Have
one.
Have you seen the Stranger Things font with the 4 behind it?
Yes.
That like 35-second promo.
Yeah.
That flips to the Upside Down.
Oh. I don't know.
And all the shit is growing on
I
the
watched
letters.
it on what's Eleven's actress name?
Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah, I saw it on her Instagram, and I just listened to it for like a couple seconds. I was like, "Oh, sick, that's it." Flicked out.
What
of
do you
it.
mean listen to it? There's no
It plays
dialogue.
the music.
Yeah,
It
the
plays
music. Yeah. All right. So listen, what it is. Well, you're calling me stupid, but you didn't even know if you've seen
You're
it.
fucking stupid.
All right. Listen. The Stranger Things 4 is just a promo. It's just something to confirm that Stranger Things 4 is coming out. And it's, in a nutshell, it's just the Stranger Things font. You know how it does the Stranger Things music, and then the 4 flashes behind it, and it lights up, and then the lights flicker and shut off, and then turn back on.
This guy with the sound effects, I'm telling you.
Dude, Tate should be like the soundboard guy if we ever get one.
And it...
Because never mind. He'll just be like, "Bah, bah, 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 bah."
And it flashes back on, and the font is in the upside down,
Yeah.
and the light slowly dims out, and like dark like vines kind of just like make out the lettering of Stranger Things, and it stays there, and that's really it. But there's at the end of that, it cuts to black, and it, you know the famous bell thing where it's like dun 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 dun.
Yes.
It was that.
Dun, 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 dun.
Well, yeah, that's the upscale.
It's like a doorbell.
Yeah, pretty much. But that happened, and to the rhythm of the dun dun dun, it said, "We're not in Hawkins anymore."
What do you mean to the rhythm?
Dun, dun, dun. We're not in
the words appeared?
And yeah.
I see.
And this would be a whole lot easier if you just watched it.
No, now the fans have something to listen to. Us singing.
and describing in detail a 30-second promo.
But anywho, it's the Stranger Things font in the upside down, and then it says we're not in Hawkins anymore. And that's definitely testament to Hopper maybe being alive in Russia, or just the end credit scene in general. Have you seen the end credit scene?
What was it?
To Stranger Things, when they cut to Russia and they take the prisoner out of the cell, they say, "Not the American." And they take the other prisoner and
the American.
and lock him in the cell and open up the gate, and the Demogorgon comes out and eats him. So
The Demogorgon.
I'm not sure I saw that scene, honestly.
oh, some people didn't, honestly. It's an end credit scene to the last episode. But so
Remember the
Stranger
dogs from season 2? The
Demodogs?
Yeah.
It's like
that.
it's that, but it's now
like evolving.
It's
right?
now called a white Demogorgon.
Why?
I don't know.
It's racist.
But anyways, and it kills the
Sue
guy.
Netflix.
It kills the guy who's in the crate, and it cuts to black. And so, anyways, this Stranger Things 4 promo just confirms that there is going to be a Stranger Things 4. And I did read that originally, when they signed on the cast for Stranger Things 3, they wanted to do a tandem deal with Stranger Things 3 and 4 because the kids are growing up so quick. And between Stranger Things 2 and 3, you could see like how much older they look. So Stranger Things 4 is likely going to be the last season of Stranger Things because the kids are just too old now. They're going to look like
Well, they could make that work, though. Right? Can't they just have the
Teenagers
characters
in
grow
the
up?
teenagers. What?
Well, it doesn't have to be teenagers. I mean, can't they just grow
Yeah,
up in the show?
but
Riding bikes?
That's not what Stranger Things really wants to be.
Gotta have the
so-
bikes, right? We know how much you like
If they
bikes.
ain't riding bikes next season, I ain't watching it.
Fucking guy.
But so you think it will probably be the last one?
Yeah, I've heard credits once again to various YouTubers, but I've also heard that reports say this is probably going to be the last Stranger Things.
I don't think they should go more than 5.
Yeah, you can't gas a series this good. Every plot in every season of Stranger Things so far has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I mean, what better way
It's all
to
really
take
good.
a field trip to Russia and save Hopper if he's alive, and
That
move
bothers
on.
me.
That'd be
Move on
really
with their
cool.
lives.
So you think he's alive?
I do.
Yeah. Andrew?
Who else would it be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Who else would it be? It just bothers me because, like, in all honesty, I feel like he had a great send off.
Yeah.
And that self-sacrificing moment that he had, and then turns out, oh, he's actually alive. And if they don't explain it well, I think season 4 will suck.
So obviously, there's the plot that will have to be played out with if Hopper's alive, with getting Hopper back from the Rushkis.
That's the Russians.
Yeah, the Russians. But
Is that copyrighted to Stranger Things? I feel like they said that. in
no,
the show.
that's slang. I almost regret saying it. But there's obviously that plot that has to be lived out. But then there's also the plot with
You all right, dude?
Oh my god.
there's also the plot with the Mind Flayer who's still alive in the Upside Down.
Yeah.
So
Right, they have a couple things to tie up.
so they got to kill the Mind Flayer, and 11's powers ain't working
No, they're not.
at the end of this season. So I'm curious to see what's going to be happening.
You know what I wonder?
The villain wins.
Remember that episode, and I think it was season 2, when 11, or maybe it was one where 11 runs off and she finds that group of, outcasts?
Oh
Was
yeah, that was season 2.
What the fuck happened with that?
They were the same experiments from.
How come they never revisited those characters?
I think
Probably because it was terrible. I hated that episode.
Yeah,
You did?
it wasn't
I don't
the
think
greatest.
I don't think I got a lot of fan response.
in
all
my
honesty.
in my opinion, my favorite seasons go season 3, season 1, season 2.
I don't even remember season 1. It's been
Season
so
1,
long.
dude, that was the origin story.
I
That was
know.
great. But
I had no idea what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
I didn't either. Yeah, I had no fucking idea.
I was like,
Getting
something's
into
in
that-
the wall, dude. What?
Getting into
Yeah.
that show, I was like, I'm just diving into this. I have no idea what's going on.
and people
here.
loved it.
Oh yeah,
They loved it. The memes with the Christmas lights dinging.
yeah.
That was But Stranger Things 4, I think it's going to be a good cap to the series. I think it's going to be interesting. I don't know.
I think it'll be longer than this past season.
Probably not.
How many episodes was this past season?
8.
8.
I think
Yep.
8,
So you think it'd be 8 again?
probably. And
It'd be nice to make it 10. I think it would be better. We all know Game of Thrones oofed it up by making it too short.
And they are going to release it around July 4th weekend. They've done
Of
that.
next year?
I don't think of next.
I don't think.
Maybe
I
next
doubt
year.
it'll be next year.
I think it will be.
Really?
And I'll tell you why, because they don't want the kids to age anymore.
That's a quick turnaround.
I hope so.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Give
I
the
love
people
that.
what they want.
That's what I'm saying.
So yeah, I don't know, but I'm guessing that they'll probably release it sooner than later because they don't want the kids to age. And my gut tells me that they're probably going to do it around July something because they've done that with the past 2 years,
Yeah.
something like that.
Well, I know they did it for this year because like it was 4th of July themed.
I think they did it for season 2 as well.
Well, how long was
You know,
the
there's
release?
a long overlap from 2 to 3.
Yeah, how long of a time span was that?
I think
Was it like
almost
2
about 2
years?
years.
Yeah, almost 2 years.
Really? And so you think they're gonna crank out?
Oh
the
no, what am I saying? Season 2. You're completely right about that. Season 2 was October because it was the Halloween.
That's
it was
right.
the Halloween
Scary. It was
season.
scary. Scary. Scary.
When did season 1 come out?
I can't talk tonight, guys. I'm really upset. I think we gotta wrap this up soon. I think I'm gonna lose my mind.
It's all good.
Season 1 came out in July 2016. That's crazy.
How long was that gap from 2 to 3?
I think you were right about 2 years.
From 2 to 3?
Wasn't it like 17 to 19?
It was
That's
a
what we got,
while.
right?
Season 2
Yeah,
was
this past
17. Season 3 was
19.
this year, so 2 years.
Yeah.
And they looked so much older.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They took a little
So
too
season
long
one-
to get that together.
Season 1 to 2 was 1 year.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Why did they take so long to make season 3
Because it
then?
was a fucking great season.
Only
Well-
8 episodes, though.
Well, I hope the fact that if you're right that it comes out next summer, I hope that doesn't decrease the quality.
True. I don't think it will. I don't know. But
Probably will.
all the kids are looking good. I bought Jess a Dustin Funko Pop.
Did you?
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yep. It looks pretty cool.
If I
Dustin is
if I had to
dope.
pick one character from Stranger Things to have as a Funko Pop, it would be Dustin.
I'd dump your ass.
Do they make an 11 Funko Pop?
They have to have one. There's no way they didn't make one. I'd
want a
ass.
Hopper one, I think.
Same.
They definitely have a Hopper one. They do have an 11 one.
Do they have a Hopper?
Look at this.
Let me see this woman.
You got to describe it because don't forget we are on a podcast.
I like it.
She's wearing the same romper
All right.
that she
I
wore
like it.
in all of season 3.
I don't
Every episode.
I don't know if I saw that on a shelf, I would immediately recognize that as 11.
Probably not. Yeah.
Probably wouldn't even look at it twice.
She's holding the mall of whatever the mall was bag in her hand of
Oh, the mall back. Starplex Mall?
yeah, Starplex of their
That's
shopping
right around the
spree.
time she said I dump your ass.
Yeah.
Yep.
That episode.
Do they have a Hopper?
They have to have
Oh, yeah, Mike? I dump your ass.
Famous line. Oh yeah, they have a Hopper with the hat and without.
With the hat. It's gotta be.
Yeah,
Come on.
Duh. Can't have without.
It's
How's he look? Would you recognize him on a store shelf?
That's
Yeah,
That's
maybe.
a firm no.
Because he's holding the flashlight.
That wouldn't be a giveaway for me.
It doesn't really. He needs
Let
more of
me
a
see.
burly beard.
Yeah, he does.
But
It's slacked.
he
he
looks
looks
like
a little-
fucking. Are we saying the same thing?
I was going to say he looks a little too put together.
Oh, I was gonna say he looks like Walter White's beard.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's a
That was
goatee,
not
though.
the direction I was
Well, yeah,
going.
but you can't really see the whole beard. You kind of could just see the goatee.
Yeah, I hear you.
But
Anyway, we're sorry people listening to this because you can't see what we're talking about.
Google it yourself.
Yeah.
Do some homework.
Andrew, what do we got on the release radar?
Oh, lordy. All right, coming out Next Friday, October 11th.
They have a Demogorgon one.
Oh, shit.
All right, go. Go.
Just for a reminder, Joker comes out October 4th. Make sure you guys go see that. I think it's going to be a groundbreaking movie. It's going to be something different, something fun.
I feel like the past 2 weeks we've been saying October 11th.
I think it's the 4th.
No,
for the release
October
date.
11th is El Camino.
Yes.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. Okay.
So, with that in mind, October 11th... October 11th has 3 to 4 good movies coming out. Maybe just El Camino. Now that I'm looking at the list again.
El Camino.
El Camino coming out on October 11th. The Addams Family, the animated version, that also comes out on October 11th.
The Addams Family?
Yeah, I think that looks funny. I don't know about you guys, but I enjoyed the Addams Family.
I appreciate it. I did.
I like the hand. It plays the piano all by its lonesome.
Isn't that the dun-dun-dun-dun?
Yeah.
That's the Addams Family, right?
Yep.
Yeah, classic, right?
Yeah, it's great. I look forward to that. I'll probably go see that. Jexy?
Bless you.
Jixie? I'm not very good at reading, guys. Jexy that's the one where
Is this a movie?
Yeah.
Are you asking us?
No, I know what it is. I don't know what the actor's name is. It's Jay.
Are you certain that you're pronouncing it right?
No, absolutely not. Not Hustlers, bro.
It's been out.
I'm not saying Hustlers.
I know.
Oh,
I'm looking it up for my own.
Jexi.
What do you want to know?
The main dude's name. What's that guy's name?
Oh, that's the dude from
See?
It's the guy from Pitch Perfect. Adam Devine.
Yeah. He's in it, and his smartphone is like a Siri, but it's this new program called Jexy, and she's a wicked bitch. Okay. And she just tries to make him a savage, and he kind of just second guesses everything he says.
This guy would so be in that kind of movie.
Yeah, dude. And honestly, it looks kind of funny, but also looks so outrageous that I might just not go see it. There's Gemini Man.
This is the guy who's like in Pitch Perfect. He's like getting it.
Yeah,
getting it.
There's Gemini Man with Will Smith, where he's an older version and a younger version of himself.
Will Smith popped out another movie.
Yep, this upcoming Friday, October 11th, that'll be out.
This guy's rolling in it.
Guy's a legend.
Music wise, we ain't got nothing of interest. I don't think.
Well, we do got Luke Combs.
Yeah,
November 8th.
Yep.
Well,
I feel like there was something else music wise too.
Didn't you say there was a? What you said last week? There was like a. I don't know what you said.
Kanye West album.
Yeah.
I don't
Was
know
that
if that
it?
came out.
Yeezy.
It might come out tomorrow. It might not. I thought it was coming out last Friday.
Isn't Kanye
in
West
September.
doing gospel now?
Yeezy came
Kinda,
out with
yeah.
this new song called "Closed on Sunday," and he references Chick-fil-A like 12 times. Yep.
He loves.
Yeah, no,
He
he's,
loves Trump.
He's turned a new leaf,
yeah.
and Trump loves him.
Yeah, they're like buddies. They might be running mates for 2020.
If
who
someone
knows?
made a spin-off series of that,
Trump and Yeezy.
Trump and Yeezy, Fox Warner Bros.
Holy shit! We'll make millions.
Yep. You know where to find us.
Oh god! In gaming, we have nothing coming out this upcoming week that's very interesting.
could cover
Later
it
in
for
the
that.
month is going to be an awesome time, so make sure you tune in to hear what's coming out.
October is a great month for gaming.
October 25th is going to be a great day. Great day.
Well, we got October 4th. We have Ghost Recon Breakpoint coming out,
Forgot to
which
remind that.
I've read a few earlier reviews and people are not saying very good things about it, which is
There's a
unfortunate.
lot of negatives going on in the world today, guys.
But you know what? In all fairness, they said really not the best things about Ghost Recon Wildlands, which was the game
Previous one.
before it.
And that was
a
good.
great game.
Yeah.
So
You know what
take it
else
with a grain of salt.
comes out October 4th? Mom's birthday.
Hey, you're right.
Happy birthday.
Holla, holla, holla.
Speaking of release radar,
So happy birthday, Mama Bear.
that's right. Happy birthday, Mom. Got to give you a shout
Gosh,
out.
have a great day.
Anywho.
What else? Gaming. October 25th, we got 2 games. We got Call of Duty Modern Warfare coming out, which I've played the beta. It's awesome. A few small glitches and problems, but it was the beta, so those will be fixed in the real game. Then October 25th,
Outer Worlds.
The Outer Worlds. Dude, before we started, you saw a trailer for it.
First one.
What'd you
'Cause
think?
I thought it was a different game. I thought it was something completely different. I thought it looked incredible. I thought it looked so cool.
Reminiscent of Fallout.
Very much so, to say the least. I've only played Fallout 4 out of any of the Fallout games. I didn't get too deep into it, but I enjoyed it from what I played of it. It annoyed me in some parts. I couldn't figure out which way I was supposed to be going. I was too low of a level for some areas. I was like, I don't know where I am, and I'm getting mad at this game.
Yeah.
But with that being said, a space video game, it's already got my interest even after Ad Astra.
Oh yeah. Maybe there'll be like space monkeys in the game.
Oh my god! Come on. I really just hope you could fly a spaceship around a little bit. Like that'd be really cool.
Sometime in November, I don't know the exact date, but Fallen Order, the Star Wars game, is dropping.
That looks incredible.
Which looks really, really cool. Can't wait. By the way,
What is it?
Fallen Order, it's called. It's a single-player Star Wars game.
Oh.
Andrew, do you remember the game? It's an old Star Wars game, Jedi Academy or Jedi Outcast. Does that sound familiar to you?
Jedi
at all?
Outcast. I played The Force Unleashed.
Okay.
And that was my shite.
Jedi Outcast and Academy were like before that game.
Okay.
And they just re-released it for the Switch.
Oh, really?
And I got that. It was like $10. Dude, the graphics are like actually not bad for like a 2002 game.
Oh, they're not cheese balls? That's pretty lit.
They're really not.
I have a blast with that game, dude. It was such a classic.
What was the Star Wars game we played on Xbox Original where you were just the ships? It was like a car chase game, but with
It wasn't
the
Battlefront.
spaceships.
It
It kind of sucked.
Give me more description.
Man, I really can't. Honestly, I bet it's in the back room. But
It's Star Wars
Oh,
TIE
well,
Fighter.
it was a Star Wars game, right?
yeah, it was a Star Wars game, but you weren't a TIE fighter.
I know
or
which one you're
anything.
talking
You were like
about.
a weird looking
Yeah,
jet.
I know which one you're talking. I can't remember
That
the name
game
of it.
sucked.
There's a ton of good Star Wars.
I remember
games.
buying that
X-Wing
game.
Alliance.
No.
No.
I know that I could picture the
Galaxy.
cover. It had that yellow spaceship, right?
Episode 3 was the greatest Star Wars game, in my opinion.
Nah.
It's a great game.
All right, well, that's why it's an opinion, you idiot.
The Force Unleashed. Dick.
By the way, just on the release radar, just to tack on, October 18th is Jojo Rabbit. Very excited about that.
When does The Irishman come out?
I think pretty soon. No, actually,
That's in
just kidding.
November.
Yeah. The
It's
Irishman
November something.
comes out. La, 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 la,
I don't have it in my old notes.
The
Unfortunate.
Irishman. I had a dream about The Irishman.
You had a dream
I had
about
a
it?
dream that Robert De Niro capped someone's head, and I was in a bar, and I saw it all happen.
Holy fuck.
Shit you not.
What a
3 hours
dream.
and 30 minutes. Comes out November 27th. So
Nice,
All right.
nice. We
buckle
got
your
time.
seatbelts.
And then finally, February of 2020. I think it's February 21st, I want to say. Last of Us Part 2.
And in February, Birds of Prey.
Yeah. Yep. I
know
don't
what
know
that
how I
is.
feel about that movie, to be honest.
I don't know what that is.
It's Harley
it's a fucking
Quinn's
DC movie.
It's going to be
Oh, it's
another
Blacklist?
Black Label. It's going to be kind of it's going to be it's a sequel to the Suicide Squad sort of, but Harley
She's
Quinn
continuing it,
and the
right?
Joker
They broke up.
They broke up. I kind of want to see this movie more than I wanted to see Suicide Squad because I think Jared Leto's Joker sucked big peen. So I just had no desire to see it, but now that there's just a Harley Quinn movie, I'm
Did you
about
see
it.
Suicide Squad?
No, I did
How
not.
did you know Jared Leto's Joker sucks big peen then?
He looked like it.
All right. Judging
It,
Nah,
it, was,
by the
it wasn't a good movie.
Yeah,
It wasn't a good
Plus,
movie
I
at
heard it
all,
was
but-
shit. But Birds of Prey, supposedly there's potential for it. So I don't know.
We'll
I'll
see.
give it a whirl.
I'll give it a
deep
whirl.
in the release radar.
Yeah, we are.
In 2020,
time.
I go to the next week.
We just kind of shoot off whatever's in our head.
Yeah, it should be how it is, though. Whatever you're most excited about.
Yeah.
I hear ya.
Tell me why The Irishman has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes right now.
Oh,
Venice
shit.
Film Festival.
New York Film Festival.
Wrong one.
Joe Beige.
Al Pacino.
Pacino. All right, boys.
Yeah, that's
All right,
about it.
Time to wrap up. Hey, if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can check me out, Jason on Tap. I'd really appreciate it. We're also on social media, folks. I'll plug the social media channels again really quick for the show. At OnTap Official, YouTube OnTap Podcast, Instagram Official OnTap Podcast, and we're also on Facebook Official OnTap Podcast. Check us out on what are you guys saying about me
I'm
that
just saying
whole
I'm
time?
fucking up this whole podcast. I can't speak right.
Find full episodes of the podcast on SoundCloud and Spotify.
I'm just going to plug myself one more time. I'm on Twitter, TateVeely04. Follow me for retweets and pop culture news. I'm on Instagram, TateVeely_97.
I'm not going to plug myself. Rather, if you're having a tough week this week, folks, just take a step back from it all. Take a deep breath and realize there's no reason to rush into things. There's plenty of time to do the things you want to do and get to the places you want to get to.
Amen.
Did anyone tell you I had a bad day today? Did you say that just for me?
No, but like I hope that applies to you. You know, just take it all in.
Made me feel better.
I could cry right now.
It's
Might
all
shed a
going to be
tear.
okay.
It was a rough day up until the podcast, but thank you.
Hey, take a breath.
Really quick before I forget, shout out to my good friend Sam Whitfield. This kid has been plugging our show on his podcast.
Thank you, Sam.
I've known Sam for many, many years. We go back in the podcasting world to the early 2010s. And he's just a great guy. His show is called The Whitfield Report. Check it out. He's on Spotify. He's on, I believe, iTunes podcasts and a lot of other platforms. Just type in The Whitfield Report, WHITFIELD Report. He does a little bit of politics and a little bit of pop culture, but he's a great guy and he puts on a good show. And so I want you guys to check it out.
I would also just like to add to that for a little bit. Just to kind of piggyback off what you said, Sam is just a great guy. He's a funny guy. He has good content. He's funny. He has a good time doing what he does. He really lifted me up when I first started trying my political podcast, which lasted one episode.
That was a while
A
ago.
long time ago. But for that one episode, he didn't care, and he was all about it. He gave me a hand up completely, and he was just a good guy about it, and still is now with our podcast.
Yeah.
And so, shout out to Sam, like you said. Just a really great guy, a good friend.
Sure.
And just a good guy who has a good podcast.
And also subscribe to him on YouTube. He does, in addition to the podcast, he does live streams on YouTube, so you could check him out
That's
too.
cool.
He's a step ahead of us. Maybe we'll be there one day, which would be really cool.
I think I saw he's
I think we
growing
need more of a fan base first.
yeah.
Tell your friends about us, guys. Well, let's go. Let's get us going.
Yeah.
Spread the word. But I think Sam's growing a beard now, if I do think
He
so
is.
correctly. Is he giving us a run
And-
for our money?
Yeah, he is. And you know what's funny is that his logo that he has, he doesn't have a beard. So I think
Wow.
he's got to update it a little bit.
Sam,
Just
commit.
throw a beard in it.
yeah.
But listen to that guy. Fantastic guy.
Yep.
Really good friend. Good
No,
content.
knows his stuff about, especially comic books. I was listening to one of his old shows, and he was talking a lot about comic books. He reads he has a lot of comic books from the 80s.
Really?
And he knows
Classic
storylines.
shit,
He
man.
knows a lot of good stuff.
Andrew's our comic book guy, I think. So that's why it'd be nice to have.
I have a lot of Japanese shit in the back, in my back pocket too. Whenever we get into anime,
I was at his house the other day, and he was like, "Oh man, I was at the store. I should have bought another manga." I was like, "You got two that are unread."
No, it's not true. I read them both.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I finished both of them. Dude, they're
Wow.
quick reads. It's all picture.
Yeah, that's
it's all
kinda true.
picture.
All right. Anyway, check our friend Sam out. The Whitfield Report. We will be holy shit! Now I can't
Yeah,
talk.
see?
We will be back next Friday for another episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Peace out.
We'll see you next time.
We love doing this. Goodbye.
See you later.